welcome back, MLS Listing subscribers. Thanks for tuning in to another vendor spotlight. And today we're going to welcome back our good friends at Realtor.com, Roger Stewart. Roger, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for coming back. I can't believe it's actually, I looked, it was like 5 or 6 months ago since we had you guys on before. What a difference that makes in the market.
That's for sure. I can't
And
believe it's been that long.
yeah, it's crazy. But obviously, for a big focus for us on, especially on these vendor spotlights, is making sure our subscribers are up to date with anything you guys got, new product enhancements, new products, that kind of a thing. So thanks for coming on. And I know you guys got a new thing called Listing Intelligence, right?
Yes, we've been very, very busy over the last few months. Kicking off the new year, we launched a new feature that's part of the Essentials dashboard. So it's absolutely free. It's already available in there today. It's called Enhanced Listing Intelligence. So
Enhanced Listing Intelligence. It's got a great name. So
yeah, they come with really good names for stuff.
nice. Now this is on your dashboard, and is this a lead management or what kind of product is this?
So Listing Intelligence, what it basically covers is it's in your listing section, and it provides a deeper dive into data on what's happening with all of your active, pending, and contingent listings. So I'll kind of run through all the goodies here.
Sure.
It's already live, as I'd mentioned. Pretty much all you need to do is just log into your dashboard at dashboard.realtor.com. If you're brand new and you don't have your account yet, of course, you can go and get signed up there. There's a link at the top. So actually, when you go in the first time, I should say, there's a pop-up that's going to come up when you first hit the dashboard that's going to kind of introduce you to Listing Intelligence if you haven't seen it. And if you've already kind of X'd out of that and gone past it, because usually that's what we all do when we see pop-ups, there's actually a little bar at the very top of the screen that also talks about it. If you click on that, it'll bring that pop-up back up. In that pop-up, there's a couple of things that will get you introduced to Listing Intelligence beyond what I'm going to talk about here today. The first thing is a walk me, which if you click on will kind of step you through each of the different areas of the Listing Intelligence pages and kind of give you insight into what all the details are that are in there. And there's also a link there for a video. So you can just watch a video right there on the screen, and it'll also kind of walk you through all the details and information that's available in there. Fantastic. So as far as the features, this is where it gets really cool because we've added just a ton of stuff in here. First of all, listing completeness. So before, when you went into your listing areas and you logged into your dashboard, you saw just basically all of your different listings, your rental listings, your active listings, your sold listings, and it provided basic listing information and the ability to do, add more pictures or change the description or do some of those feature changes. Those are still in there. However, now when you go in and click on a listing, you can click on either the photo or the address. It's going to pop up all of your listing details. It's going to provide a lot more detailed information. For example, one of the first things you're going to see is listing completeness. And so with this, what it's doing throughout all of the different areas of this new Listing Intelligence is it's looking at how your listing is working out there in the webosphere compared to other listings in the same price range in the same area. So you have an idea of how your listing is ranking against your competition. So first of all, I mentioned listing completeness. It's going to provide details and some suggestions on some areas where you can either improve or add or maybe change different aspects of your listings to make sure that they're kind of keeping up with the Joneses, for lack of a better term. There's a score block that'll actually give you kind of an overall score. And if you click on that block, it's going to take you into an area where you'll see more detailed information on how your listing's doing compared to those other listings in the area. It's got a little slider bar where you've got red, yellow, and green. And it's going to show kind of where you are compared to the other listings. You'll also see some of the information we used to have, only it's, again, been enhanced quite a bit. You'll see information on how many searches your listing has come up in over the past week. You'll see how many reviews, or excuse me, how many detailed views people have taken as far as clicking on your listing and actually looking at the detail there. How many times it was shared out. So if somebody hit your listing and wanted to share it with friends or family members, because we have a sharing option on all of our Realtor.com listings. And also how many tours have been requested. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that they've reached out to connect with you as an agent. But if they're working with their own agent and they're using, for example, if you're using the Realtor.com Pro app and you're communicating back and forth with your customers, then they can request through that app for showings and things like that. So it's going to show you all the information on what's been happening over the past week. And it's kind of a rolling 7-day calendar that kind of keeps you up to date. So you can go in there at any time and see how you're doing compared to everybody else and ways to improve it so you can get ahead of your competition.
That's
So
nice.
that's the first part.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's
that's a big first part too. That's great performance, and it tells you kind of what kind of traction you're getting, and hey, if you're not getting that kind of performance, what do you need to do to start getting it? So that's pretty nice.
And that's really what we want to do, is make sure that we are also not only providing the information for your members to be able to see it for themselves, but it also kind of gives them that data-backed ability to have conversations with their sellers and help them better understand themselves visually exactly, where we might have to adjust here, especially for the market, and make those adjustments along the way.
Awesome.
Now, there's another piece of this called market trends that will also kind of give them more additional information. This is based on a 30-day clock, and it provides median days on market, median list price, total number of price changes or price reductions within the market, and the number of properties with a price reduction. And again, it's showing all of this in relation to the subject property or your listing. So again, it gives you more points to be able to talk about, here's what's happening in the market, what's trending, or is the market going up, is it going down? And you can look down a very defined snapshot. And again, more data to be able to provide to your customers to be able to have those conversations. And then the next section, I know we've got a lot, is zip codes. Now, this I think is fantastic. In all the talking and training I've done with agents, this is probably the most exciting part of it for most agents. And this is an area with zip codes. And what this does is it's providing insights on the buyer audience. Because obviously, as a major portal, we see where all the traffic's coming from. And now we finally kind of packaged it in a way that it's useful to our agents. And so what you can do is now you can go in and look at that listing, and you can see information on your listing views, those detailed views when they come in and take a look. Where are those views coming from? What city and state or zip code? Also, for matching properties in the area that kind of are in the same budget range as your property, any buyers that have submitted inquiries, where are they all coming from? And so this gives you some insight into where the interest in your local market is coming from. It may not be just somebody in the area. You may find that a lot of the interest is coming from out of the city, out of the state in some places. And that's great for the agent, because that also gives you some insight on where you might want to focus and target some of your marketing. Because if you understand where the most people coming into your market are coming from, then it's a little easier to know where to kind of put your marketing dollars. And that's, I think you'd have to agree, that's something that's kind of going to be important.
Right. That's huge, actually. Get the most bang for your buck. I mean, in terms of marketing and marketing strategy, that's some pretty useful information. So,
yeah. And so all of that is now part of the listing intelligence report. The last piece that's obviously I think probably one of the most important pieces is it's all also packaged up and available in a seller report. What good is all this data if you can't readily share it with your sellers? So it's a report that you get to actually define what sections you want to share and which ones you don't. It's, of course, branded to the agents. So it looks like you've spent all this time compiling all this wonderful data that you're sharing with them. You can customize the frequency. Do you want it to just go out as a single report? You want it to go out daily, weekly, monthly? That's all definable in there. You can send it to multiple recipients. So if there are family members or significant others that also want to share this report whenever they go out, that can all be set up in there. And one of our little pro tips is we also recommend that agents maybe set themselves up as a blind carbon copy as well, so that it's kind of a nice little reminder that your customer just received their latest market report and a seller report with all this great data. And maybe it's a good time to kind of check in with them and go over that information with them, discuss some of those market conditions, and kind of get them up to speed. So that's just a quick overview of all the information that's now part of our enhanced listing intelligence. And again, it's already in your dashboards. It's absolutely free. And we encourage everybody to go check it out. It's
Definitely. When we had you on last time, one of the things we were trying to hammer home is get your account set up, get your dashboard right on Realtor. It's the first step you got to do. And this is exactly why. Be ready to rock and roll here with this. Fantastic. It's a great way to start the year. It's a challenging market. And we're really looking for ways that our agents could differentiate themselves and be more efficient. And so now, Roger, if they really want to go and see some, more into this, do you guys have some training? I think you mentioned videos on your site.
Yes. Well, we've got, there's a couple of things. As I mentioned, when you first log in your dashboard, there's an overview video that's there. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't, plug my training team. We have a plethora of training available. It's just at support.realtor.com/training. And we have dozens and dozens of courses there, including a brand new on-demand training for the listing intelligence feature that's just been added. It's about 15-20 minutes long. As I mentioned, it's on demand, so it's available 24/7. It not only goes into the details of how to get in there and what the information is, how to access it and utilize it, but we also go through a lot of pro tips on strategies on how that can be useful to you in your conversations, building your marketing, doing some things around that as well. And so that's all available about that on our training page, along with all the other classes that we offer. Both some are product related, of course, but I would say actually more than half of our classes are not product related, not trying to sell anything. They're all more about marketing, improving your SEO, improving your branding, online lead conversion, you name it. There's just a wealth of knowledge out there that we put out there to help build their success.
We appreciate it. We're going to make sure that all those links, so they can see where to go, watch those videos, get more in depth on it. Roger, thank you so much for coming on and giving us this update. And let's not wait 6 more months. I tell you what, you give us a call, because you guys seem to always be rolling out new great products, enhancements to your products, and you just got so much to offer. So we really appreciate you keeping our subscribers informed.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Great. Thanks, Roger. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Have a great spring.
Thanks. Thank you. Take care.
Make sure to check out our pro support page for additional videos on a full range of topics. And don't forget to click that subscribe button on our MLS Listings YouTube page.